Welcome back, everybody, to another Voice in the Void episode. Today, I have with me a special guest, Ketty. Hopefully, I'm
Yes,
saying your name right.
yes, that's it, Ketty. Yeah.
Um, but please, you can go ahead and introduce yourself, share whatever you want to share with us.
Well, I will say I was born in Paris. I am a French person. My family come from Guadeloupe, so it's a French island in the Caribbean Sea, not so far from
Okay.
America. And I lived 15 years in the Netherlands, and now I'm living in Spain. And that's the basic of me.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I have been a dancer for many, many years, a professional dancer, then a choreographer. I had my own association, my own company. And now, after COVID, then I had an idea about creating a school. But I first had to go through my own problems and traumas
Mhm.
and own healing journey
Yeah.
because I had a depression. And from that depression, I just spent 3 years like the alchemist, looking for answers about life, about myself, about why I was being triggered, why wasn't I able to enjoy life.
Hmm.
And I found a lot of answers, and based on those answers, then I decided, okay, now I know which direction I want to take with my life further. And it was building a school, Method for Life school, together with other people who were seeing the beauty of life and willing to share it with other people.
Okay, and that's why you created this channel here, correct? Like you wanted to kind of help share, I guess, a little bit
Yes.
of everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and all of this is based on, in fact, that while I was walking through my healing journey and my depression, um, I came across some books, some stories, some podcasts explaining that this game was this life was a game.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning, I didn't believe that because I had something like, sorry, but I'm suffering now. How can you tell me that this life is a game? I don't see it. But in fact, I think that we all know from the moment we saw the movie Matrix, or, some movies, that tells us things that we think, wait a minute, could it be possible? And based on this knowledge, then I began to, my own journey, and I discovered indeed that we had more power than we thought, that we were creating life, that we were able to manifest, that what we were going through was often sometimes
I like that.
self-created, and that it was also interesting to discover why and how it happened, that all of this became possible, the suffering.
Well, I mean, it's cool that you were able to, I guess, find a way
Yeah,
because not a lot of people get to, and so you found a way from basically talking about everything,
yeah,
as and that's actually how I found my way out of the so-called the dark hole I was in
yeah.
because it was getting bad for a long time. So no, I finally took it to more or less an advantage to I can talk with you, I can talk with my wife, I can talk with all these different people and I don't have to I don't have to take in the negative energy that they're feeding me,
Yeah.
which it's hard for people to at least acknowledge that, especially in a certain time frame because you get people that again you'll get people that's feeding you lies and they're swearing it's a truth, they're trying to sway you in different directions, but it's up to you to stay in the right path that you're doing. You have to
Yes.
know when these people are doing this stuff.
Yeah. And that's funny that you speak about that, because indeed one of the first step was for me to realize that
Yeah.
that I didn't have enough self-love, and that's why I was trusting what the other people were telling me, or that's why I was trying to please. I was a people pleaser. So it was
Mhm.
always everyone before me. I would save everyone before me and expecting them to save me. But then they would walk away, and then I would think, hello, I saved you. Why don't you help me? And I was not realizing at that moment that I was loving them more than I was loving myself. And that I was
Yeah.
expecting them to love me so that I would feel useful and, worthy.
Yep.
And when I had my depression, it's exactly what hit me the most. It was realizing that whatever I was doing in life, the people were never happy, and especially they were able also to build up more things. Oh, I
Hmm.
want this, but then I want your whole hand, and then I want your whole arm, and then I want your whole body, and even the whole body was still not enough, and that's
Hmm.
why I get my depression. And but then trying to come back from my depression, it was really clear I needed to put someone first. I needed it to be me. And it
Yep.
was not about saying that I didn't care about people, because you continue to care, but I just needed to think about, when you take the plane
Yeah.
and they begin to explain you, so you see it and they say, yeah, you need to put your belt on, and if we fall, you are going to have something, to a mask, for
Yeah.
oxygen, and you need to put it on you first. They say that, and it sounds like logic. We listen. We don't really listen. But what
Yeah.
they are saying is, in fact, that if you put it on your child first, your child will maybe not be able to save you. That was a
Yeah.
conversation also that I had with my daughter. And but when you put it on yourself first, then you have enough oxygen to help others. So in fact, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to fill your cup, and then you can give to others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Uh. You have to love yourself before you can truly love or express any
Yeah.
care for another person.
Yeah. And the funny part is, because when I began my healing journey, I didn't know what it meant really. If I choose for self-love, am I going to love less others?
Yeah.
But what I discovered, the more I was loving myself, the more I was loving others. It
Hmm.
was like a boomerang. So I didn't even need to think about the others to heal myself. I needed to think about myself. But thinking about myself, I give you the example that I didn't like my hair. I'm a black woman with hair, afro. It was horrible. It was hurting. So I spend a lot of time looking at the hair of other people. I loved the hair of the white people because it seems really easy to take care of.
Not
Yeah, so
mine.
I discovered later that it was not true.
Not mine.
No, but that's the point. You are absolutely right that that was the way I was looking at the world, because I was seeing
Yeah.
that my hair were bad, so all the others were better. And then I would even compare and say, okay, this one is better than this one. So I was putting also a judgment. From the day I began to love my hair, what happened is I first went into myself. Why don't I love my hair? In fact, what is the problem with my hair? What is the trauma? And is it true? And when I realized it was not true, then I began to see indeed that the white people also had problems with their hair and also were
Hmm.
complaining, yeah, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And I was like, oh, but then I was listening
Yeah.
completely differently, because I was not judging anymore. I
Mm.
was loving mine and now understanding that there was a story behind everyone's hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's just building a better understanding of basically everything around you, a bigger awareness.
yes, yes. So, realizing that gave me more energy to continue to love myself more. So that's something also that's difficult, the beginning, the thinking, oh, I'm going to love myself. What do I need to do to love
Yeah.
myself? Some people think, oh, I already love myself. But often when I say that, I didn't even know what I meant. Um, but the more I began to look at the little things, so my hair, my nose, my color, my life, my everything that I had created in my life, when I began to, even the relationship that I had, begin to see the love inside of it, and the love for me. For I was there, I was in this situation, but I learned so much about this situation at the moment I began to look at it with authenticity. So not with, yeah, he did that to me or she said that about me, but what did that say about me?
Yeah.
Why was I hurt? Why did I believe what they were saying was true?
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, so that was for me the best experiment, I would say. You know, if I would tell you now you are an ugly woman, the chance is that you look at me and that you think, okay, and
Yeah.
because you don't believe it, because you are not a woman.
Yeah.
And that's, and but if I would say so, and if I would say you something that you believe, then you would react.
Hmm.
So, if, for example, in my case, that was, oh, you are black. I would react. It was horror. If you would tell me something about my color, I would react. But it's because I didn't like myself. I didn't like
Yeah.
my color. I didn't like the fact that everyone was saying that I was, yeah, that I was too dark or whatever.
Hmm.
So that's what that was for me, revealing, realizing that there were some things that people would tell me, and they wouldn't touch me at all, and others, then I would be touched and I would react and I would defend and I would attack. And that's there that I realized, oh yeah, but that's where there is a lack of self-love, because
Hmm.
I believe what they say, because if I wouldn't believe, I wouldn't even react on it.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
work began there. Every time I would react on someone or I would feel hurt, or I would go and sit with myself and ask, wait a minute, you believe that? Why do you believe that? And from
Yeah.
there, I built more self-love for myself by realizing that other people were only messenger, and they were coming with a message, and I was the one giving the value to the message, to the world. So
Yeah. I mean,
nowadays, you can't tell me I'm black. I say, yes, yes, I know.
yeah.
Yay!
But yes, I know. Look how pretty I am.
Yes, exactly.
Because truly, it's acknowledging the truth around you,
Yeah,
and because I know, like, I've been with my wife for 14 years, but going through our relationship, I've had such a hard time with myself. So I
yeah.
had a thing where I used to tell her all the time, I love you more than I love myself. And if you think about it, if that is that true feeling, like you feel like you love everything and everyone else around you more than you like yourself, you have to get yourself checked out. Like you have to take time to go and sit by the river and find that peace that you need that you're obviously not getting.
Yeah.
And I did that. I sat for hours and hours with the fishing pole, not even cast it out into the water, just trying to think about what was going on in my life and why I felt the way I did about myself instead of feeling how I feel about myself like I feel for everyone else.
Hmm.
But
And it helped, huh?
yeah,
Being alone, thinking, letting the thoughts go, accepting everything that we think that we are and that we have become. I think it's the only way to enjoy, in fact, life is seeing
yeah,
that we are exactly perfect as we are. It's because the perception that we have developed about ourselves is based on a story that have been told when we were children, on choices that we made when we were child. I mean, when I was 6, I made choice, and those
yeah,
choices followed me till I accepted to face them. And it was not being angry at me for making
yep,
those choices. It was becoming aware that those choices had been made by me at the age of 6, and how was I reacting on a child who was 6 and making a choice? I was loving and I was caring and
Yeah.
nurturing, and I would source. So why wouldn't I source myself when it was happening with me, but I would do it with someone else? That's where it became for me also really clear that the child within me didn't receive what he thought that he needed when he was a
Yeah.
child. So he found a strategy to survive and to go through the whole matrix.
Yep.
But then I don't need to be that child anymore. And I surely don't need to shame or guilt that child for making that choice at that moment.
Yes.
It's just giving love and saying, okay, I chose to be, for example, a selfish person because my situation, my field told me that love, that I needed to control my space. So, yeah, as a child, I chose this strategy and it brought me this because I'm still alive today. So
Yep.
the first thing that it brought me is that I'm still living, that I'm still able to think, I'm still able to become aware, I'm still able to go and sit by the river, to make that choice, to go and sit for me and to realize that those choices were good because they brought me something today. That's in fact
Right.
what my school is about, because often we look at people the way we have been told to look at them. So the
Yep.
empath, fantastic. You need to be an empath. You need to be empathetic, blah, blah, blah. I can tell you, I was an empath and a wounded empath, and I couldn't move because everyone was telling me that I was good how I was. But still, it was hurting me as crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I, I'm good because the system told me that I'm good. I am an empath. I care for others before myself, and sharing my bread, I'm good. But I'm suffering. Why am I suffering? It's not normal because I'm good. At the other side, you would look at someone who became narcissist, and everyone is throwing things at him and saying, oh, you are a narcissist and you walk away, you manipulate and you gaslight and blah, blah, blah. So we built also a story,
Yeah.
but I sat with myself wondering, is it true? Is it really like that? Or
Yeah.
is there another story behind that story of empath and behind the story of narcissist or selfish or rebel or autistic, ADHD? We have so much labels. All those labels, they felt like really heavy. But the
Yeah.
day I began to think, okay, let me see. I have ADHD. Okay,
Me too. I have ADHD and ADD.
now you
So
see, so that's a label, and all the time you think, oh, I have ADHD. I need to take medicine. I need to.
yeah.
At a point, I decided, you know what? I'm going to look what is ADHD exactly. What does it do? Okay, I'm not organizing. Yeah, okay, because there is someone better in that. Oh, I can keep focus when I have something that is making sense in my head. I can be focused the whole day. That's fantastic because sometimes I just want to work one day and the other day enjoying life.
Yeah.
So at the moment I began to look at my labels from another perspective than the one that I had received from outside, it begins to open new doors and to
Yeah.
close doors too. And one of the doors was, I don't want to be empathetic anymore. I want to be compassionate, because empathetic, I can lose myself inside of it. When I am compassionate, it comes from my heart to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
When I am empathetic, it comes from my head to your head. So it's different. The movement was completely different. So I decided it needs to change. And I don't care if people say you are not empathetic. Now I say, well, okay, if you think so, that's no problem at all. We are
Right.
8 billion people on earth. That's not problem at all that you think that, because I know that I think something else, someone else is thinking something else. We have all different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
So the day that you begin to realize, I have my perspective, Brendan has his perspective, his wife has his perspective, my friend has his perspective, then we are able to reconcile together, to have real communication without saying my truth is the truth of everyone. No,
Yeah.
this is mine. Does what is yours? Can we find each other in the middle? No, yes, yeah, but perfect. And then we continue. I don't need to change you to appreciate you now. I just
Yeah.
love you because you exist and you are me and I am you. We are human beings.
Hmm.
Why would we
Yeah.
fight all the time against each other?
I agree with you. It's really crazy. If people had more open dialogue without the confrontation, the world itself would be different. It would be, I think, running better. But unfortunately, there's always going to be a few negative people
Yeah.
to to fight and be against everything that gets said, no matter what.
Yes. And
Um,
I'm sure you did that too, and I did that too myself. And I realized something that the bad people, how we call them, I that is, it's hurt people. So because
yep,
I am hurt, I'm going to hurt you to feel a little bit less alone, to feel a little less inferior, to So
yep,
yeah, there are. I don't call them anymore bad people because I understand that they react from a place of, like I said, that child made a choice to be like this and now he's going to defend himself. The whole nervous system is reacting before you can think also. Your body is already telling you, oh, go away, go away, go away, before you even spoke. So it means that you become bad because you have a story in your head which has been registered in your nervous system, in your whole body, and who makes you move. The day you
right.
become aware that, okay, I may have other possibilities to move, then you are able to rebuild a new story, and then you are not a bad person
Hmm.
because you did this unconsciously. When we judge generally people who do things unconsciously with, and it's unconscious. If I'm hurt and you tell me something that hurt me again, I'm going to hurt you, not because I want to hurt you, but I need to take this pain and put it somewhere away because I don't want to feel that pain.
Right. Right.
So I become bad. One of the things that could be for those people would be that when they threw out that pain on you, you say, you know what, I still love you. Because that is the best medicine ever.
Yeah.
If even if I'm angry like a child and I'm jumping and I say, nah, and you are, whatever I do, if you give me love, I'm able to calm down.
Yeah, sometimes I've met people where no matter how calm or happy you're being and you're being positive, but their, so to speak, their negativity is overbearing and they
Yeah,
can't get over being aggressive about whatever it is. Which means frankly they're passionate about whatever they're going on that's going on with them. Cool, I get it. Um, but I also I look at it that everybody has a different way, a different wavelength going through their head. Have you
so
ever heard the term neurodivergent?
yes,
So basically, it's people where their heads are in their heads they're different. They have ADHD, they have ADD, they're some type of autism,
yeah,
whatever it might be, something that makes you different from
yeah,
everyone else.
yeah,
So I use that term at times as being neurodivergent to me means that I'm more open to what's going on in the world.
yeah,
I'm to a point where I'm more accepting about whatever is being
yeah,
fed to me.
yeah,
If you want to talk to me about um let's say emotions all day, I'll gladly talk to you about all of that. First off, I I'm not the best person to talk about emotions because I've never been good at handling my own emotions.
mm-hmm,
So, like, happiness is one thing, but once I get sad or mad, I don't know exactly how to handle it. So, I tend to react the wrong way.
yeah,
But it's how I've always been. I've never had the opportunity to actually go and deal with all the different emotions.
Yeah.
Um, like sadness, speak about sadness from when you're a kid being yelled at or told no for the first time and you don't know, like, hey, this, I really want to do this, but you're a kid, you don't really know the difference between what's going on.
Hmm.
You get super upset about it for whatever reason. I would know how to react with being upset. Like, I
Yeah.
know, yeah, I'm upset, I don't feel good, I don't like it, so it makes me mad.
Yeah.
Then from anger, it tends to something stupid happens.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
one of the thing is we have been told how to go along with our emotions. So,
yeah,
for example, a man, oh, you shouldn't cry. A woman, oh, you are too emotive. So those kind of sentence that we heard when we were children, which made it a little bit difficult to connect with the emotions
yeah,
because they put a value on it, a judgment. If you are crying and you are a man, no, you are not a man, you are a woman. You know what I mean? So this
mhm,
was before. So
yeah,
that's why it's really difficult for a lot of people to be in touch with their emotions. Some has too much, and some have totally not, or some have emotions which are controlled. In fact, we all three control our emotions. We learn that. So how to deal with the emotion is to face the emotion. But how did we learn to do that? Is by facing someone else. We think that if we are able to take the hurt and put it on someone else, then the emotion is going to fade away. What happens, in fact, is we put the emotion in a fridge. So we
yeah,
say, I'm angry at you because you did that to me. So I walk away and then I feel better. But I don't feel better. I just
yeah,
took the emotion and I put it in a fridge. As soon as you come in front of my face, the emotion comes out.
yeah.
So I don't feel better. I just put something on the emotions. I put it in the fridge.
You
At the
hid it
point,
away for that short period.
yeah, like I don't need to think about it. You are not there. What we don't realize is, in fact, we attract what we are. So
Yeah,
if we attract someone who give us an emotion that we think you made me feel like this, uh, then it means that this emotion is trying to tell us something about ourselves. This
hmm,
person is only a messenger. He has given you a message. Again, the message touched me. I shoot the messenger. I put the message in the fridge and I walk. Yeah, but then I didn't solve the problem. The message is still in the fridge, and
yeah,
another messenger is going to come and give me the same kind of message. And
yep,
again, the same kind of message. We say, oh, I always attract narcissistic people. Oh, they never see me. So, yeah. So there is a repetition of something in your life. And what you do every time you push the messenger, you put the message in the fridge.
yeah,
Wow, what did I do? I opened my fridge. I took my emotions and I realized one of the most present was anger. Because it has been said, oh no, you shouldn't feel anger. Anger is bad. Being angry is bad. So no way that we go into the anger. And especially when we go into it, we think, oh, I need to be angry at someone. So we are going to look for someone hurt, and then be angry at this person. No,
yep,
we need to learn to deal with our anger alone. So then I took my anger and I went. I was being coached because I am a life coach and an NLP, neuro linguistic programming coach, therapist, and then I also mirror based therapy. So I needed myself help and I went for boxing. And with boxing, I threw my anger in the boxing. And when the anger came out, the crying and all the hurt, you know what I discovered? Sadness. It was
hmm,
absolutely not the fear the problem. That was not the anger the problem. That was what I was really feeling: sad, lonely, and I was feeling guilty and a lot of shame. So when you begin to identify which emotion you have, you just need to go and sit with that emotion and ask, why do I believe what I believe? Why did I believe that I should feel ashamed for what happened in my life?
Yeah.
because someone told me that. Because
Yep.
someone gave me one day a t-shirt saying guilt or shame if you think like that, and I carry this t-shirt. Now I took the t-shirt away and I look at it and I say, you don't fit me anymore because the shame is based on the story of someone else.
Yeah.
So if I'm
Yep.
able to change this story, then the shame has no place. That's how I
Yeah.
deal with my emotions. So when my emotion is coming, and I have a friend also, we have joke about that. So we have a conversation with someone and then we feel, and then we say, wait a minute, I feel triggered now. Give me 5 minutes. I need to feel what is happening. It's not you. I know it's me. And then at that moment, then you take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. But you realize I was triggered because you say that and I thought that, or I was
Yeah.
expecting something, or I thought that I was better, but I am not better, better with that, not better than you. You know, so
Mhm.
then you are able to realize why did you feel what you feel. And
Yeah.
from there, you are able to then change the emotion. And I don't say it's not good to be angry. I enjoyed being angry. I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
I feel that I was the same way, but I found out, and it's an example I used, right? And I found out from my side of it, because when I used to get too mad, I would start to cry, and so I called it where my anger was just like the say a raincoat for sadness.
Yeah, yeah,
And once I actually took off the raincoat, I became sad. Then once I took off whatever I would say a hat, then sadness would be gone.
exactly.
As an example, it's like you remove certain things out of your life or away from you so that you can get over what it is making you mad, sad, hurting you physically, mentally, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
You remove those, your life becomes better.
yeah. Exactly. It's all a question of facing your own story.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the messenger give you a message, you read the message. There is a story there. All the story is good, all the story is bad, and make you feel anger. And this anger is, for me, the anger had become like my friend in my healing journey. Not I didn't need to be with someone. I needed to be with myself when I was angry, because I could feel, I could say what I was thinking, I could write it, I could speak it out, I could go in the mountain and shout. But then I was able to feel what was happening behind, and to cry. That's why I say, they say to men, don't cry, but that's the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are able to let those tears come, you feel such, in my case, I felt so relieved. Like, ah, I took
Yeah.
out the raincoat. Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
finally a little bit shining outside and I'm able to see the sun, you know? And realizing how I had kept myself away from the happiness of not carrying all the time that fridge full of emotions.
Yeah.
Oh, that was liberating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it like you said, it doesn't help when we were kids. I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, about I'll say about 28 years ago, I started hearing the reference. Uh, I if you're gonna cry, I'll give you something to cry about,
Yeah.
or was it the man up, or uh, when you're hurt, instead of letting you feel the pain that you're happening, say you fell down off a ladder when you're playing at the park. You fall down, you cry. That's part of it. Or you get back up and do it again. Depends on if you actually got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole rub some dirt in it. Sure, I get it. You don't want, you want to show the kids that it's okay to have control of your feelings, your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
but it also at times it does make sense to allow them to have that break, so to speak, because dealing with sadness or pain or anger, deal with it sometimes. Like you get mad. Well, I used to go out in the middle of the woods and I'd go yell at the top of my lungs.
Yeah,
For one, you're in the woods. For two, most likely nobody's gonna hear you yell.
yeah, exactly.
Especially in the area I would go to, there was nothing around. You'd go fishing out there, or whatever. Um, it was quiet enough. I could deal with being sad. I could deal with because I have really bad depression, but I was able to deal with my depression. I was able to deal with my anger problems. If I was mad enough, pick up a stick and hit a tree. You know, break the stick down till it's nothing. Find another one. Do it again if you're not over it yet.
Hmm.
Or again, yell at the top of your lungs in the middle of the woods,
Yeah,
where even if somebody hears you, they have to find where you are to be able to
exactly.
make sure you're okay. But it it's something I used to do all the time. Or I don't know if you've ever done it. You ever been to the pool or in
Mhm.
a pool or something like that and you're mad and go underwater, try to yell. What's
Ah,
gonna happen? It's nothing but bubbles, right?
yeah,
And once
yeah,
you get up top, it's kind of it could be funny in the same time. You get up top and you see all the different bubbles still working its way up from it. It's like, okay, that's everything I just felt.
yeah, yeah. No, that's a great way. I have to say, I don't feel so much anger, but if I feel, I will surely go in my swimming pool to try this one because I think it's a good one. Sometimes I was thinking, oh, I need to go to the wood, so I take my car. It's only 10 minutes. I live next to the beach, and I have a
Okay.
swimming pool, and then next to the mountain. So in 5-10 minutes, I am in the mountain. But still, I say, okay, now I need to go because I feel I want to shout and I cannot shout here because
Mhm.
I have neighbors. But that's a great idea,
Yeah, I'm
the
telling you.
swimming pool.
Plus, water is soothing in its own. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if you've ever
wonderful.
been mad and you just got in the water and just floated or
Yeah.
swim back and forth. It relieves the, I guess, the energy in your body.
Yeah, because we are made of something like 70% of water. So when we are
Yeah.
in the water, we are completely in our element. I know 3 years ago when I began with my healing journey, it was my favorite place was the beach, listening to the beach, being in the water, being as floating, letting the wave take me wherever I wanted,
Hmm.
like really connecting with the water. And that's, I think it's important for many people that we have lost a little bit the touch maybe with the nature or with the basic thing like putting your foot on the ground, your hand in the water, your face in the water. It's so good. In the
Yeah.
morning you put your face in the water. Some people are going to use cream and whatever. Well, I do that every day and I could tell you it's already
Hmm.
something. So there are so
I've
many
been
nice.
told to do that. So is that like, what's that method for? Like, putting your face in the water and holding, more or less holding your face in the water for a minute for the morning routines. What exactly does that do for you?
Well, for me, I mean, uh, in my case, that was in the morning. I needed to come back to myself. I would say, you just slept, have your night, and what I discover is when I would, put a bag of cold water and put my face in it and stay there for 1 minute, you feel the cold, the water, you feel movement into your cell because
Okay.
we have everywhere cell, and in fact it's like it's not brain freeze, but it's like refreshment of the morning. And what I realize is my skin would become better in the time. I don't say that I became younger or that I had less. rimples or whatever, because I am lucky. I am a black woman, so I don't have that much. But it kept my skin really light, like ready for the day. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of techniques, like going into water, cold water, and staying there. So those techniques are also good for the body. I don't do this one. I was more like, let's focus on what can help me now so that I can start my day and know that I need to prepare 20,000 things. Because when you need to prepare, what's happening is then you begin really motivated, and then it goes down. When you just do that, I do my teeth and then I do my face. It goes. So you can create something easy to do, and that
Right.
gives you something good. For example, you were speaking about the energies, about feeling the bad energy of people. Well, I learned, for example, okay, now I want to stay in my own energy, so I create my own space. I learned to create my own space. But then when I would go to the shower in the evening, I would just say water, wash myself from the negative energy. So not only from the dirt, but from the negative energy, from my negative thoughts. So you are able to create lots of little things that are all about sourcing yourself. And one of the things is, I think we all heard one time the experiment with the rice, that you speak good with one rice and you speak badly to another bowl of rice, and then you look 1 month later and the one you speak good is still white, but the one you spoke badly, it has mold.
Hmm.
With the plant we have the same effect. So if we speak nicely to a plant or badly to a plant, there is that the one who you speak nicely grow,
Hmm.
and the other one not. But the water, they made the experiment too, and it appears that when you speak nicely to water, the the pH is changing, and when you speak badly too. So what happens when you are 70% of water in your whole body, and you speak all the time, oh, I am bad, oh, I cannot do that, oh, I am really, oh, I should be that, oh yeah. Well, you are just speaking badly to your own water.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a quote, and I've said it a few times on the podcast, but it's a Bruce Lee. He said it quite a few times. If you speak negative to yourself about yourself, your consciousness believes what you're saying.
Exactly.
So then, from then on, you're destroying your self-esteem. You're more or less destroying yourself from the inside out.
Yeah.
And so it's a good thing to be talking positive to yourself, about yourself. Then you're not going to believe everything that gets said from all these other people. It'll build your self-confidence back up. But positivity is the main helper in life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you talk positive to yourself, it can help build your confidence. It can help get you out of some of these emotional holes or roller coasters that you might be in.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was always positive. Positive look. I remember, sometimes you go on holidays with your boyfriend or with your friends, and then you have great moments and you have bad moments, and then you come back and someone asks you, how was your holiday? I was noticing directly the people who were negative, because they would speak directly about what was negative in the holidays. For me,
Yep.
you would ask me, my first thoughts were always about the positive thing that happens. And then later on, maybe I remember things that happened, but then I'm able to learn the lesson about it. So what does it
Yes.
mean? It means that my holidays, we have spent the same holiday, but you experience it. Your perspective of the holiday was bad, and my perspective of the holiday was good.
Right.
That's what you give to consciousness, to your own consciousness. You think, yeah, now that was really bad, so it's going to give you more of bad, because every time you think that it is bad. So if you
Right.
think that it is good, you are going to see more good. That's
Yep.
absolutely like that. And I like it that you spoke about consciousness, in fact.
Well, it's just something I heard it a while ago, and I liked it ever since. So whenever like a talk of like the energy and stuff like that gets brought up, I try to bring that in because a lot of it is where it's a self-conscious thing. Like you feeling self-conscious, that's because you've spoken negative about yourself or you believe the negative things other people have said to
Yeah,
you about you.
yeah,
But you start ignoring what they're saying, don't care what they say, you speak positive of yourself. It's a positive reinforcement to yourself to help more or less barricade the negativity from getting in and breaking you down. Because what's negativity do for you in your life, in your work life? If you took nothing but bad, like basically being negative the entire time, being rude to people, whatever it might have been, you'd get fired.
yeah,
Like eventually your boss is going to be like, okay, you're not the same person, something's wrong, we can't have you here, it's not good for us or the environment, whatever it is. So when you get to speaking about consciousness, you just got to remember your conscious believes what you say and what you allow it to believe.
yeah.
You speak positive, you will be positive. Again, it builds self confidence and it's key.
Yeah. And it's
So,
even because we all heard about manifestation, but exactly
yep.
what you speak about, what you believe is what you create, is what you manifest in your life. So when you speak badly about yourself, you manifest that in your life too. That's in fact how we have all built our own traumas, because one time something happened and we built a story around it. And this story became the truth because it became manifested.
Yeah.
So the idea is, in fact, that if you want to come out of this, then you need to become aware about what is the story that you have created. So
Hmm.
who have you become, so that you are able to come back to who you really are.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
consciousness is who you really are, and who you have
Yeah.
become is your ego. Your ego is not your enemy, again, because it's the entity that has saved you from everything till now. That's why you are
Yeah.
still living and able to listen to this. But um, the ego is not consciousness. They are separated, and you just need to learn to separate them from each other. And when you learn that, it's a process, and it's in that process that's what we call, because my school method for life is based on that. Is the process that you have in life, all the inner world that you can experience, and what we have spoken about is really about that healing phase. So you have believed something all your life about yourself, about life, about how the people needs to be, how you need to behave, how it should be. And then you realize that it's not working for you, or that it's also not working for the system.
Yeah.
And then you become aware. In this awareness, you are able to put distance between what you believe and how you react on it.
Yeah.
I remember I read a book, and it struck me. What was the book again? Men. It was a psychiatrist who was in Auschwitz, a Jewish one, and he survived. And what he explained, he said after, is you have a space between action and reaction, and as long as this space is too small, you are going to, in fact, hurt yourself. The moment you are able to create space between action and reaction, that is where awareness arises. And that is the moment where you are able to ask yourself, do I need to react like that? Why do I react like that? Why am I touched? So the more you are able to create this awareness between the two, the
Yeah.
easiest it becomes for you to heal yourself, to go through wholeness. So to become really, I love myself, and
Yep.
uh, and I accept myself completely, and to oneness, which is oneness. And I love, it's not I forgive you, I even thank you for what you did in my life, that you were like this or like that, because without you I would have seen uh, who I was, who I had
Yeah.
become, who I believed that I was, while I am not that. Like
Hmm.
who I believe that, being black is not good. No, it's fantastic. So thank you for showing me, or for being a racist, for example, for showing me that I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
So then when you are able to come to that, then you have like the healing journey, the whole healing of I am against you, I am a victim, you are a victim, I am the perpetrator. This story just disappear, and then you have the possibility to experience more in life. So it's a big part. Everything that we spoke about now till now is all about that. It's all about healing. It's all about finding solutions to create that space between action and reaction, and to
Yeah.
realize that in between, that is awareness that is there, and that is able to, yeah, give you possibilities to use your free will in another way, to make sure that you don't do like Einstein said, if you repeat the same over and over and over again, you will get the same result. If you want another result, you need to change one thing. So when you become aware of that, you can change one thing and experience life completely differently, with complete other emotions too.
Yeah. You
And
gotta
then,
be accepting of difference, change, and well, you gotta accept and expect positive and negative to know how to deal with both.
sorry, I didn't hear.
So what I'm saying is basically you have to expect and accept the
Yeah,
negative and positive in order to know how to deal with both.
yeah, exactly.
So if somebody's sitting there again, like you said, say being a racist to you, and you've already experienced it before, whatever it might be, or first time experiencing it, and you got to know how to either expect it from this person or certain kind of people. Usually you can tell by looking at people, but again, you don't always want to judge a book by its cover.
Mm.
So you don't want to judge people just based off how they look, but you can almost always tell. So you try to expect the positive, but you accept the negative that comes behind if it happens, or
Yeah, that's
vice
a great
versa.
way to put it. Yeah,
So
yeah, and even what I noticed in the negative was that there were so much lessons to learn. Sometimes we reject the negative because it's just not nice, and when someone tells you, "Oh, you are this or you are that."
yes,
Um, but I realized also at a point that it could be or my mirror or his mirror or her mirror. So it was interesting to go into the pain or into the story that was told, to know, okay, but this story, is it really a representation of me, or a representation of this conversation, or is it something that you project on me? Well, often I discover it was a projection, but even in that projection, there was a reason why I was receiving this projection. So
yeah,
just like the person being racist, of course we can't say, oh, it's bad to be racist. But in fact, if you can be racist to someone, it was because I was thinking that you had the right to be racist. So there is also a story that I had built, which was making it possible. The day I decided, whatever you think, it's because it's your truth. In the world that you live, you believe that black people are nothing. So it's
yeah,
your story, but I don't need to come in your story, because I have my own journey. I was born,
mhm,
I'm going to die. That's my journey. And I have the choice to say, to come into yours and fight with you so that you change your own story in your own life, or that I
yeah,
stay out of it and that I say, okay, okay, bye bye. I continue my way and you continue your way. Or do you want to speak about it? Do you want to speak about your emotions? Do you want to, that we discover together how it
mhm,
happened, that
right,
you think like that? because there is a reason, and sometimes it's not even conscious. It's not some often it's not conscious.
Yeah.
So we can make it conscious also. So it's
Yep.
not bad to be this or that or that. It's 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 a gift that we
Yeah.
can unpack, or we can say, no, I continue to carry it, I put it with my fridge, and I walk with my fridge further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Free will.
Free will is a crazy thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, without free will, me and you possibly couldn't have the open conversation like we're having. We would potentially not agree on some of the stuff we're talking about, which I agree with basically everything you said.
Thank you.
So, like, it's you have to the whole acceptance come. It is free will.
Yeah.
You gotta. Sometimes you got people, say a racist, that's completely negative and just out to basically ruin your day and the rest of the time that you have.
Yeah.
Can't let it.
No.
Like it. So with stuff like that, I say there's people that like to hear their own voice. If if you're fully open about something like that, especially something negative, and you're saying it basically to be sorry, but a dickhead,
Yeah.
you just want to hear your own voice.
Yes.
Like it's all it is.
Yeah. And honestly, I had last month I had a big conversation with someone who told me, yeah, the people think I am racist, and I thought, well, let's speak about it. Let's speak about it. And the funny part is, lots of things that he was saying, if I would have been still wounded, I would have said, I told him, this come across as racist, but I
Mhm.
hear you are not, because anyway, you wouldn't even speak with me. And
Yeah.
your story is based on a story that is not yours. That's the story of your ancestors. So that's what is interesting. The day you begin to accept this is who I am, and then you open yourself to discover, then you discover that you are not even that. You became
Yeah.
that because you were in a field that told you that you need to be racist, or that you need to dislike Jew, or you need to dislike Muslim, because the family, the older were thinking like that. As long as you don't recognize it, you are unable to do something. And
Hmm.
okay, so if someone doesn't want to change his meaning, I'm okay with that. You can stay racist your whole life. That's your journey. We will
Yeah.
not meet anymore, so that's okay. But if this person says, yeah, but wait a minute, I want to change something because I hear a lot of people saying that and I don't feel it, I want to understand what is happening, then there is yeah, biggest possibilities ever in front of you is discovering who you are, how you have been programmed, how you have been told to believe about people. And you can even,
Yeah.
when you learn this lesson, share that with others by just standing in your truth.
Hmm. Yeah.
It helps everyone by recognizing who we are or who we have become. It doesn't help you only you. Many people, for example, in the spiritual world, they say, yeah, I'm here to help people, and I want to help people, to help them awaken and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I say perfect, but show the way. Don't tell the way, show the way.
Yeah.
Be the one who forgive. Be the one who thank. Be the one who see, in fact, that you created the story. That the other person was just a messenger, but the message that was the message that you sent to yourself to be able to
Mhm.
see yourself. Be that person, because when you are that person, eh, I mean, as a child, we learn from watching people. We see monkey do. That's what we
Yeah.
did. I see my parents speaking like this to each other, so then I think that's how we need to behave. That's not true, but that's what we believe. So if if you show me be free, but you are in a cage, there is dissonance in my head. It doesn't fit, so I cannot believe you. If you tell me you are free, and you show me how you are free, then I can't believe it. I still don't know how to walk there, but I can appreciate that you are able to do it. And then if you
Hmm.
want to show me, then I will take it, you know? So the best way to help people is by going through and being the example. Be the change you want to see in the world. Someone said once. So that's that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you are the change, Brendan. You know, I mean, you told me already. You cried. You told me you go and you isolate yourself to find out. You told me you are experiencing the anger and you go through it. My goodness, that's a gift. And when
Hmm.
you are here saying that on video and on audio, I hope that people are hearing how powerful it is. It is totally not a weakness to be
Hmm.
able to do that. It's strength. You become strong when you are able to go through and to cry and to be you.
Yeah.
That's strength. So thank you for already for sharing that, because I think that many people needed to hear that from a man.
Hmm.
Because from a woman I can say that, but
Yeah.
men need to hear it
It's
from both
just
men
it's
times.
it's only because there is that thing that goes on that if you're a man, you're not supposed to do this, not supposed to do
Yeah,
that, you're not supposed to feel this way. But we're all gonna feel some type of way sometime.
yeah,
So it doesn't make sense to say that you can't feel this way just because you're a guy or you're supposed to feel this way because you're a woman.
yeah.
No.
Doesn't make
There's a
sense.
whole point of like a free will and the wide ranges of emotions each person can feel.
Yeah,
It's it's a it's a type of expression. Like if you can't express yourself, say being angry, you got people every day. Like a buddy of mine up there in Michigan, he went through a lot. He's been through a lot of different stuff. He in school he was basically an all American in football. Then he went and he started going downhill because he was so angry about everything in his life. He in and out of jail. He's off of probation now. Finally, it's been a couple years, but he's off probation. He's boxing. He's changing his life. He's using everything from his experience
yeah,
as a growth now.
yeah.
And it's also when you know people that are doing this and experiencing these things, it it's it's a different feeling
It's
because like
inspirational.
yeah,
Yeah,
like my cousin, I had an interview with one of my cousins where they my life wasn't the best growing up, but their life wasn't worse, but I had it a little bit easier than they did. So, and they've gone through all this different. Have you ever walked on an elliptical, like one of the exercise machines? You're just the walking
yeah,
machine,
yeah, yeah. I was a
uh,
fitness instructor. Yeah,
and you're walking in place for a long time. That's how, basically, from outside looking in, that's how it was looking at
yeah,
them. And it's when he got off of it, like when he changed it. Because again, I also believe in generational curses.
yeah,
So, uh he got off of it and he changed his way. He changed from how he was growing up and how he was being raised to a completely different person. If you talk to him now, but then you went back in the past and you talked to him when he was 15
mm-hmm.
or even 20 years old, uh it'd be a way different conversation.
Yeah,
He's such an angry individual when he was younger, but now he's found the, I guess, that peace inside. He's got himself his a wife, kids, and it's helping him grow and actually, so to speak, not be as aggressive as he was. Now he's showing, hey, just because you had it this rough or you had it
yeah,
this type of way doesn't mean you have to be stuck there. He helped get his
exactly.
one of his brothers out of a similar hole They they went to the military. They came out, got their education, and they both have great jobs. They're living better than they probably ever thought they were going to. But it's making the change. They accepted the change that was coming to them so they could change their life, change their ways, get out of being in more or less a dark space.
Yeah,
Uh it's just it's an
yeah,
inspirational thing to see from one of those angles, just from
yeah,
outside.
yeah. I know that for me, uh, for a long time when I was going through my own, I was really looking for people who could inspire me.
Yeah,
Because when you are down, 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 you just need a little bit of courage and inspiration to know which path to walk. Um, and one of the things that I thought also about myself is when I'm there, I just need to be inspire people. I don't need to tell them this is how you need to walk. You just need to inspire them, and then when they are inspired, then they can make the move themselves, because that's what happened with me, and that's what happened with a lot of people. Inspiration can bring us way further. So I love to write, for example, and I wrote some stories now, but I also believe that the stories, when it's inspirational, just like The
yeah,
Alchemist, it was an inspiration about going on a quest for yourself, and knowing to know yourself, and what do you really like, what do you really need. Um,
yeah,
so that's what I find really interesting. That's why also when I was building my school, for me it was important to show that every step in your life are important. So it's not you need to become again consciousness, or who you remember who you are and forgetting what you had become. No, it's about you are now who you are, but everything that you experience brought you something. I mean, um, resilience, courage. We built so much things. As an empath, I am able to feel the energy of someone else now, without taking it on me. I am able to know that you lie, even when you are not um, aware that you are lying to yourself. So it's a superpower. It was maybe something bad when before, but now it's a superpower. Someone who was
yeah.
selfish is able to control and to choose and to make so much more things. So it's important also to realize
Yep.
that we are more than that.
Yeah. When you can it's all part of the consciousness.
Yeah.
That's that self confidence. When you have the self confidence to deal with what you said, it builds up your confidence in anything. You can overcome nearly anything. I say nearly because there's obviously certain things that will almost always take hold,
Mm-hmm.
but you can almost always come out of
Yeah.
that hole you're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, um, I was gonna say something else. You go ahead. I forgot.
Yeah. No, no problem. But that's true. You can almost come out of everything if you send your mind to, because also you manifest your own life. So as a matter of fact, being positive brings that too.
Yeah.
So that's true that when you go there and with the inspiration, when you see the inspiration, you are able to walk that path. And what one of the things that is also important is uh, looking back and being happy with what you already did, because often,
Yes.
for example, I was helping people with their company, and then they want 1 million, but what they forget to do is enjoying the first 10,000, or enjoying the first 100,000, or enjoying, you understand? So it's
Mhm.
like, because I still didn't reach that million, I am nothing. That's not true. You are
Right.
you are 100,000 more than what you were at the moment that you made that decision. And maybe it's not even about the million. It's in fact about the process. How do you build that process to feel also always wealthy and always abundant? So, and the people focus so much on the results that they forget that the whole journey to get
Yeah.
there is what it is about, because they are living at that moment, and they are also projecting that they want something and they go for it. So all the emotion and the energy is going that direction. So it's important to also notice that and to value that. So to look back and to say, wow, 1 year ago, I didn't even have 100,000 euros, you know? So, for example, when you begin like that, or I didn't even have 100 euros, because we need to begin somewhere
Hmm.
and appreciate each step that brings us further, instead of being focused on what we didn't have, we still don't have reached. Because when we focus on that, we lose a lot of our possibilities
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
create more. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be open and accepting to everything in your life. That's what it comes down to in the end.
Yeah.
And you sure having an understanding in things, it makes it easier. Because if you have the understanding, then you can um you would I guess learn that, say maybe you are just having the worst day and maybe that's why you're reacting the way you are today,
Yeah.
or you're having the best day. That's why you look like you're glowing. You're out there, you're talking to everybody, you're happy, smiling all the time. Yeah, you just have to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You got to know what's going on with the people around you. Just because they're not talking to you doesn't mean they're not acknowledging what's going on. Like
Yeah.
me, it's part of my ADHD, right? But say if me and you are talking, or say we're out to lunch, we're sitting at a table, we're talking, and I hear a conversation next to me or whatever. I'm not trying to, but I'm listening. We're hearing what's being said, not as well as talking to each other. So
Yeah.
it's not trying to be nosy at all. It's just how my mind works itself. So I'm acknowledging what they're saying, or the people at the table behind you, or over here to next to me, the car horns going on in the background. I'm listening to everything around me, and I try not to, but it's how it works with me.
Yeah.
My mind goes at a million miles an hour sometimes, and you can't keep up with what's going on, but you're still having a good time while stressing just a little bit because of whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I recognize that sometimes I just stop the people and say, sorry, my mind is going away.
it's funny. I tell my wife, because there's times when she'll be talking to me, and say if the TV's on, it's like, babe, if you want to talk to me, you got to pause the TV or tell me to pause it. Because if you're talking to me, if I'm not looking you in your eye and the TV's going on next to me or whatever, I'm hearing the different sounds, my mind goes to the other sound. It's just how it works with me. Say over over a month ago now, I was at a wedding. All my cousins, we all met up in Tennessee. We went to another cousin's wedding, and we're all sitting around a fire, a little fire pit, and everybody was talking. I noticed I was starting to get overwhelmed with everything going on around me. I was listening to a conversation I was having with somebody, but I was hearing every other conversation, and I I just stopped for a second. I wiped my face and I just looked straight ahead. And I see my other cousin looking at me, laughing because she was experiencing the same thing I was. So we I got up, I walked around, I went and stood, started talking to her, trying to concentrate on something different because after so long, that's when my anxiety will start overtaking because it's like I'm being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But again, it's acknowledging everything going on without trying to acknowledge everything that's going on. So it was funny at the time, especially. It was funny because I had other cousins that were recognizing what was happening, where my head was like on a spindle. I'm looking all over the place, trying to listen to this because I'm hearing this, but I'm hearing this over here. Just kept going back and forth. And so it became a joke because I couldn't focus.
Mm.
Then I try to like blind more or less erase the sound and just look at the fire, but that only worked for about 30 seconds and I was back to what I were. What I was doing was listening to everything around me. But it's part of the acknowledgement. It's just I'm making myself aware with what's going on.
Yeah.
I know my cousin to the right of me and my brother were talking about sports. My other cousins were talking about politics. My other cousin was talking about what they did at work last week. My other cousin was talking about what they were gonna do the day after at the wedding. It just it was all over.
Yeah. And
It
what
was
choice?
all over.
I think for me, what I love in those stories is then asking, and what choice do you make, and what did you learn about yourself, and what did you learn about the situation, and why do you think that you were in this situation? What is it trying to show you that you are not yet doing? I love that because when someone is aware, there are so much nice things because you can decide this is who I am, and you just accept me. That's okay. But
Mhm.
then for me, because I had that, I recognize exactly the story you tell, so that's why I remember. But at the point that I thought, okay, but do I want to stay like this, or do I want to be able to listen to one story, or to be able to? So I began to find to try other things. You know what I mean? So, for example, I hear this story, then someone begins another story, and then I would just open myself like this, like
Yeah,
we
turn
are
towards them.
all together in the conversation. So
Yeah,
I
it's like you
tried this
welcome
one.
yourself to the conversation.
Yeah,
It's funny.
so everyone is participating, or because I found it really interesting to see, okay, this is happening, and this is happening because it tries to tell me something. Or maybe that's not the moment that I should listen to this. Or maybe I am someone that was that moment that I knew for me is I cannot make a choice. I cannot make a choice. Like
That's kind
my
of what it
gut
was. I
was
couldn't
hitting
figure out.
all.
I couldn't make up my mind which conversation I wanted to listen to.
They
That's
were all
funny.
too good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not even that it was too good. This conversation was stupid, but I was laughing at, and they were talking about something. Yeah, it was like, oh man, I don't know. But
And then
it was,
I
yeah,
realized for me, my solution had become that I was too much. That was my mine. Huh? I don't know what it is yours, and you can continue to do yours. But for me, it was I was a people pleaser, and I wanted to smile to everyone so that they knew that I loved them. Like I'm here, I don't forget you. And then I realized, but that's not true. That I find all conversation interesting. So now I'm
yeah.
just going to sit and to wait that someone is coming within a conversation instead of me walking around and then being so interested. So I just write different things without judging my first thing. So I
Yeah.
don't, not judging that 10 people are listening, are speaking, and we are hearing all the 10s. That's weird. Huh? I didn't know that there
Mhm.
were more people like me. But
Well, high five.
but I played with them, and I think that's the beauty maybe of life is discovering that we are like this, and I'm
Yeah.
being honest about it, and I'm looking for, okay, do I want to stay like this? Well, I enjoy it, or do I want to try something else? But without judgment, only with
Mhm.
curiosity. So
Yeah.
yeah. Now, Brendan, we have a lot of things in common. That's weird.
So, hey, that means we can be friends.
Yes.
um, but yeah, so not to change the subject completely, but I'm gonna have to call it uh
Yeah.
with this. I want to have you back on for another one at some point. We'll get the days figured out. I'll make something happen. Um
Yeah.
or even if you ever wanted to have me over on yours, I'd be more than like I'd I'd be willing to go. Um, Method for Life School. It's
Yes.
on. Is it only on YouTube?
Yeah, well, we are now on YouTube and we are on Facebook. There is a group that I created that is Movement of Multidimensional Awareness and Consciousness. So in that group, I'm sharing insight and asking questions to the people so that we are able to connect and accept all truths,
Okay.
because your truth is one and mine is another one. We have also Instagram and the website. We are working on it now because it's also with forum and with possibilities to speak together. So we are building that up now, and it will be normally ready in September. And we already organize events like workshop or little
Okay.
online, or and that's they can be found on online on Facebook mainly, because there we know that many people have access. For now, we have decided to not go on LinkedIn, and that's a conscious choice because it's too much. Well, for it's too much work, and not
Mhm.
enough. Who are you?
Yeah.
And we are really more about discover who you are, so you are
Mhm.
able to play this game of life better,
Yeah.
because then
Yeah.
now you can use your power.
Yeah, I'm actually using LinkedIn or Linktree. Um,
Linktree, yes, we have
and
one.
it's actually that's what is attached to this. This is the business digital card, digital
Mhm.
business card. Um, so you tap your phone and because I tell people when I'm out walking around or at work or at the store, I'll tell people, hey, you guys listen to podcasts? They say, yeah. I said, all right, well, should check out mine. This is the name of it. They're like, oh, do you have a card or something? I was like, no, but I do now. And so it's getting people to uh, get to the link and then they can select from this podcast, another podcast, my Instagram, uh, TikTok. I
Yes,
believe my Facebook's attached as well. Um, but
yeah.
yeah, it's something I've been working with and trying to get more of. But
Yeah, we have a link tree, by the way, also. It's Method for Life School. So, in fact, if you go on, I think if you go on internet and you take Method for Life School on Google, you will find a lot of information coming from Facebook, coming from Instagram, coming from Linktree, YouTube. And I think that I gave you now the links, but the website is coming, so that it's not yet available. But anyway, we will communicate when it is available. And for us, it's more important that the people understand themselves than that they come and buy something or whatever. We are not focused on selling for now, but more
right,
on making sure that the people come to the good place for themselves, right place, right moment, right person, to
yep,
make the right step. Yeah.
okay, all right. If you send me the link, I'll definitely
Yeah.
put it down for people to click on.
No problem.
Um, so everybody, please go check out her channel. It's Method for Life. It's all one word. Go check it out. It's on YouTube. Uh, yeah, please go show her some love.
Yes.
Um, thank you for joining me. Definitely want to have you on for another one.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, thank you. Bye, everybody.